Hello everyone, we recently flew to Spain, and going into the first store that came to hand, it became clear that the variety of products is much greater. Therefore, we decided to go there and check out everything we could to recreate some sweets from the supermarket. Let's go. The first thing I took was M&Ms. Of course, we also have them, but when I saw them there, I remembered that we hadn't done them yet. Therefore, without hesitation, I took some. Surely everyone knows what M&Ms are. These are multicolored candies inside of which there is chocolate, a nut, and frosting on the outside. They're very tasty, and now we will recreate them. So we take some already peeled peanuts and a bar of milk chocolate, break the chocolate into cubes, and put them in a bowl. We fill up a pot with water and put it on the flame. When it boils, we put in the chocolate. After a couple of minutes, everything is ready. Open up our peanuts and pour them into a bigger bowl. We also put the chocolate in there and mix it with a spatula. But just like that, you can't really get a homogeneous shell for a nut. So if you leave it like that, then it won't really be M&Ms, but some sort of candy bar. Therefore, sprinkle it with cocoa and stir. Now the nuts that have stuck together are separated. And we get these individual nuts in a layer of chocolate with cocoa. The last thing that's left is the multicolored layered, and this is the longest part. Let's start with the caramel. Here we do everything according to the scales. Pour in 18 milliliters of water into a bowl, and 55 grams of sugar, and 25 grams of honey, or glucose syrup. We cook this all over low heat for 7 minutes. We take 4 small bowls and fill them with dyes, in our case, dry dye. Pull the caramel that you cooked into each of them. And mix to color. Pour some powdered sugar on top, and mix again. This time we get a mass similar to clay. Nuts and chocolate are also divided into 4 bowls. 1 bowl for each color. Sprinkle them with powdered sugar and mix them around a little bit. With a piece of the clay, we form a cake, inside of which we put our prepared nuts and wrap them. We roll these with our hands and try to get an even candy. After some time, we stick these multicolored M&Ms, and in principle, you can already eat these things. But one thing is missing. Oh, that's right, the letter M. Now we're going to need some white chocolate. We break off a couple of cubes and throw them into a warm bowl and melt them. We dip a barbecue skewer in, and with its help, we write the letter M. There you go, now it's unrealistically similar to M&Ms. And in the context, it's almost 1 in 1, and it tastes very similar. Now our M&Ms have been recreated, so let's move on to the next product. And this is a drink, namely a pineapple-flavored Fanta. We don't have such tastes at all, so let's give it a try. And to be honest, it's not very tasty at all. A super chemical taste. It feels like some sort of lollipop that's been diluted in water and all this was gassed up and they gave you a drink. Therefore, we will not recreate this Fanta, but we will make a natural version that's much tastier. So for the pineapple Fanta, you need, obviously, some pineapple. The main thing is to choose a ripe one. A ripe pineapple smells really powerfully, and the leaves on top should be changing. First of all, we cut off the leaves and begin to peel it off. The back part should also be cut off. As a result, we're left with clean pulp, which we cut into small pieces. We put all these pieces into a saucepan. And to enhance the taste of pineapple, we'll need some sugar. We pour out quite a bit, 400 grams. And with the help of a spatula, we crush it all. When the pineapple is let off its juice, pour in a liter of cold water. Turn on the gas and light it. We cook all this for an hour. Now we're going to make a super powerful concentrate. It's very sweet, but in general not very sour. Let's fix it with some lemons. We roll them and cut them. Then squeeze all the juice into a saucepan. 3 lemons should be enough for us, but if it's not enough for you, then you can add some citric acid. Now we take a bowl, put a sieve on it, and pour all the contents of the pan into it. The most delicious juice was left in the pineapple slices, so we will finish this with the help of a masher. We take some clean bottles, insert a funnel, and pour out our pineapple concentrate into them. Now we just need to dilute all this with boiled water. And so far we only get a delicious juice, but not Fanta, because Fanta is a carbonated drink. We will also need gas with this for the help of a cylinder with carbon dioxide. We need a cap like this with a nipple from a tubeless tire. A hole is simply made in the lid and the nipple is inserted with great effort. We take the valve off of it. Now we shove it into the hose with the cylinder and tighten it with a yoke. We wind the bottle onto the lid and let in the carbon dioxide. At the same time, we constantly turn the bottle over so that the Fanta is saturated with gas. After 5 minutes, you can remove the lid and the Fanta is ready. Unlike store-bought, this is natural and is way tastier. We got as many as 6 liters of Fanta. Let's move on to our last product, and perhaps the most interesting, M&M's ice cream. I don't know what this is like in other countries, but we definitely can't find this thing where we are, so let's open it up and see what it looks like inside. The ice cream consists of a cone, a very tasty ice cream, and of course M&M's candies. The ice cream tastes great. And now we'll start with what freezes the longest, the ice cream. Only 2 products are needed here. This is condensed milk and cream. But there is one but. Condensed milk and cream should be as fat as possible. Take a saucepan and pour 400 milliliters of cream into it. We insert the beaters into the mixer and start whipping at a low speed. You should be left with a really lush mass. Now we punch 2 holes into the can of condensed milk. One is needed for air suction. Add the condensed milk while whipping the cream. Keep adding and try. The more condensed milk, the sweeter. Here the mass is already ready. So we take some sort of container and pour everything inside of it. We let it sit for a bit and then we put it in the freezer. In the meantime, let's do everything else. So let's make a cone. For the dough, we open up a pack of butter and take 50 grams. Throw this into the container with 50 grams of sugar. And then melt this on the fire. Then we break in 1 egg and beat it all up. Now you just need to pour in 40 grams of flour, mix, and the dough is ready. Naturally, we need a waffle iron to make the waffle cone. We take a ladle and pour the dough into the center. Now we close it. After a minute, we open it up and look. If it's golden brown, then we can make a cone. We do this with the help of such a cone, which came with a waffle iron, but you could do this out of paper if you would like. So what's the point of this? While the waffle is hot, it is soft. As soon as it cools down, it will immediately become solid. Our cone is ready, but in the original, the edges are also covered with chocolate. Therefore, we break some chocolate into a bowl and also put it on a steam bath. In the melted chocolate goes the cone. Done. We let it set, and this is what we're left with. The last stage is the M&Ms. We already did this at the beginning of the video, but here it's different. They're small and without a nut inside. Therefore, we pour the rest of the chocolate into a zip bag, make a cut in the side, and form drops on a piece of parchment. After freezing, we get this. Choose the most beautiful and cover them with the clay. Trim off the edges, and get that letter M on there. That's it, we can collect our M&M's ice cream. First, using a regular spoon, we can scoop the ice cream and fill the cone. And only then, with the help of such a special thing like this, we make a ball at the very top. We put some candy along the sides. And that's it, our M&M's ice cream is ready. In my opinion, it turned out really similar, both in appearance and taste. However, the ice cream itself is way tastier here. Today, we created 3 products from a supermarket in Spain, but I bought 3 more. So if this video gets 250,000 likes, then I will recreate them as well.